Put you does in your washing machine, finest judge you've ever seen. Bigger news now when you sing. DVD does everything.
Hello there. We've been waiting for you. It's time to play Truth or Consequences. Yes, Truth or Consequences, the show that does everything on the air, brought to you by the new Does, the soap that does everything in your wall. And here he is, back from the land of 10,000 lakes, where they now have 35,000 keys, Ralph Duzzy Edwards. Thank you very much, Harlow Wilcox. Greetings, party players. And happy Does Day, everyone in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Folks in Tulsa are kicking off a big cleanup drive tonight. And they're starting out right with Does, because Does does everything. You're right, Harlow. How are you, fellas?
We're fine.
First of all, let's hear how Mr. Joe Greb, our under-the-egg-laying hen contestant, is making out. Remember, we left Mr. Greb sitting under Ermintrude the hen here in Hollywood while we were in Minneapolis broadcasting 2 Saturdays, Truth or Consequences. Johnny Pollock, turn on the microphone, please, so I can run over and see how Mr. Greb is doing. How you doing there, Joe Greb? Everything all right?
Pretty lonely, Mr. Edwards, pretty lonely.
You were lonely while we were away. He does look a little lonely tonight. Well, we missed you in Minneapolis, too, Joe. How many weeks is it now you've been sitting under the chicken?
About 13 weeks, Mr. Edwards.
Oh, my. Well, Mr. Greb, despite the fact that this may be your lucky night. 13, you know, you can't tell. Now, despite the fact we've reversed the laying habits of Ermintrude, and she's laid an egg as late as after, will you put your head just back a little in case, that's it. We want to get the full force when it drops. Now, despite the fact that we've reversed the laying habits of Ermintrude, and she's laid an egg as late as after we've gone off the air, listen to her up there, we've decided to let you name the day and the half hour you think this momentous event will occur. Now, you can choose any day, Mr. Greb, and any half hour in the coming week, and then you'll sit under the hen on that day, and during that half hour, and if the egg is dropped on your ball pate, you will win the full prize of $1,000. Okay, Mr. Greb? Now, think carefully. What is the time and day that you choose this coming week? Now, think.
So, the 13th is my birthday.
Next week, the 13th, your birthday?
About 3:30 to 4 o'clock on Wednesday, my birthday.
Okay, next Wednesday, between when?
3:30 and 4 o'clock.
All right. Now, remember that this week. Mr. Greb, this next week, we'll hear from you next Saturday on Truth or Consequences to find out if you've won the $1,000. If the hen lays during that time, the half hour, 3:30 to 4, Wednesday the 13th next week. And in the meantime, you keep sitting under Ermintrude's cage tonight, because if she lays an egg during Truth or Consequences tonight, you still will get your $1,000. Okay?
And Okay.
Okay. Just put your head over a little bit.
And if she lays the egg, I'll get the yolk, too.
Oh, say, that's a joke. Oh, Joe, that's a joke he's got. Oh, my. Is that hen ever going to lay an egg when Joe Greb is under the... What's your name, sir?
My name is Sparks.
Well, I didn't get it?
Sparks.
Mr. Sparks,
Yes.
it's a pleasure to have you at our Does, NBC, Through the Consequences microphone. What's your occupation?
Well, sir, I manufacture Bulldog cement.
Bulldog cement.
Yes, sir.
Ermintrude the hen sounds like she's warming up. Joe, keep your head there. Well, that's mighty nice to know that, sir. Now, you haven't been feeding any to our hen, have you?
No, not lately.
All right. Now, Mr. Sparks, we're going to have a question. We'll have a consequence. Where are you from, Los Angeles?
Yes, sir.
Is that where Bulldog cement is?
Yes, sir.
All right. Say a few words, will you?
About what?
That's enough. All right. Now, Mrs. Brewer of Berwyn, Illinois, asks, what is a paradox? Truth or Consequences?
A paradox.
Yes, sir? This is your question.
Well,
This will have a little consequence. What is a paradox?
Can't get the definition immediately.
2 doctors, paradox. How about that, Mrs. Parks?
That's very good.
Isn't he a dignified-looking fellow, though? It's nice to have you. How's the cement? Going?
Oh, good.
Fine.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Sparks, do you have someone you can call who does not know you're at Truth or Consequences tonight? In the warm-up, you said you could call your wife.
That's right.
She absolutely does not know you're here at Truth or
No.
Consequences.
No.
Where is she?
She's down in Venice.
She won't hear this broadcast because this is the one that's going east, and the
That's
transcribed
right,
one
that's
is
right.
on the coast here at 8:30. Fine. Now, we want you to get your wife on the phone. Did you give the boys a number?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Now, they'll be putting through the call. And you try to make your wife believe that you are soaking your feet in a tub of water at the corner of Sunset and Vine. Do you think you can make her believe that?
Well, I'll try it.
You know, just sort of do it.
Sure.
Well, if you can, we'll give you a $100 security bond, okay?
Good.
You know, it's just
Fine.
a little talking. However, as you talk to your wife, you can't tell a lie, you know. You must really sit at Sunset and Vine, take off your shoes and socks, and soak your feet in a tub of water out there, okay?
That's good.
Yes, sir. We have a telephone out there and a microphone so we can hear you. Pail of water. We'll tune you in from out there. There goes Mr. Sparks, the dignified cement manufacturer, out to soak his feet on the corner of Sunset and Vine to make his wife believe that he's out there. If he does, he gets a $100 security bond. We'll tune you in about a minute. First, I want to talk to Harlow here. Harlow, I told our organist, Buddy Cole, that you could fit any song he plays into your new Does Wash Day story. Now, what do you say?
Why not? Does everything.
Are you ready, Buddy?
I've been working on the railroad.
Yes, that's right.
Let me see. You wear overalls for that.
Yeah.
The new Does gets grimy overalls clean without hard scrubbing. Has all-out cleaning power.
Okay, Harlow, buddy.
Paper shower.
How about this one?
Well, after a shower, what could be nicer than a Duzzy white towel?
Ooh, he just getting
New Does gives towels and linens the utmost in whiteness any soap will give. A beautiful, gleaming whiteness.
Nice going, buddy.
Blue skies. Blue's a pretty color.
Yes.
So is every color in a Does wash. That's the sensational thing about Does. Swell for work clothes, heavy things, white pieces, and yet of all the leading wash day package soaps, it's the safest for pretty colors. It even gives them new beauty.
You're improving, Harlow.
Well, there's a great improvement in soaps, and New Does has it. Yes, sir, the greatest improvement in soaps today is in New Does. Thanks, buddy. Right down the wash line. Does everything. Get New Does in the same famous red box.
You win, Harlow. Nice going, Buddy Cole. All right, now let's tune in. Mr. Shelby C. Sparks, Mr. Sparks, outside at Sunset Boulevard and Vine. We'll tune him in. Hello, Mr. Sparks.
Hello.
Are you soaking your feet?
I certainly am.
Did you get your shoes off and your socks off all right? Now, you see the telephone there beside you?
That's right.
All right, you go ahead and give the operator your number.
Okay.
Now, remember, don't tell her you're a truth or consequence. Go ahead, give her the number. But you must convince...
Santa Monica.
you must convince your wife, you understand? You must convince your wife that you're soaking your feet at Sunset and Vine to win your beautiful prize.
Okay.
Now, I'll listen in on the extension here and relay it. Go ahead and talk when she gets on. Go ahead and talk. It's coming on in a minute. Remember, you just do it every night. You'd love to soak your feet out here at Sunset and Vine. Hello?
Hello.
Not yet.
Hello, Edith.
Wait a minute.
Well, this is your hubby. And I'm sitting at the corner of Sunset and Vine soaking my feet. No, I'm not drunk. I'm sober as a judge. Too bad, isn't it? Well, I'm here right here, Sunset and Vine, and a lot of people around here.
Ask her if she believes it. $100 if she believes it. Ask her.
Now, do you believe that I'm telling you the truth? Well, I say, do you believe what I'm telling you? Well, do you? Say yes. She believes.
You better get on home here.
She believes it.
She actually believes it?
She really does.
Well, hello. Is this Mrs. Sparks? Mrs. Sparks?
Yes, she said.
She absolutely believes it? All right, nice going then. Nice going, Mr. Sparks. You win your $100 security bond, and so that you can remember the night you got soaked on Truth or Consequences.
That's right.
We also have for you two $100 tickets to the Friars Frolic at the Shrine Auditorium, April 16th, for the benefit of the Motion Picture Relief Fund, and a big red box with New Does for Mrs. Sparks, who she says she believes it, but she sounds very skeptical to me. Come on back in now, fella. Let's have three people. We'll put two up here and one back there. Step in real closely. All right, then you get on that microphone there, please. And Ed, bring these two people in here. That's it, so we can get them all at the microphone. Now, how do you do? How do you do? How are you? How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good to see you. Now, let's, for sake of clarity, I'm going to call you number 1, number 2, and number 3, inasmuch as we have three people here, and I don't want to confuse the people listening in. You were all chosen by your local newspaper to appear at Truth or Consequences tonight. Now, I'll give your names in a moment. But first, here's your question. And, by the way, we'll start with Mr. Number 1. Say a few words.
Howdy, everybody.
That's it. Say a few words.
Well, I don't know if anything's necessary to say.
That's right. Say, man, he's got a nice voice there. Say a few words.
I can only talk about Does and say nice things.
Oh, bless your heart for talking about Does. All right, now here's a question. Mrs. Ken Martin of Portland, Oregon asks, why is a mousetrap like a dog? Truth or Consequences? Why is a mousetrap like a dog? How about you, number 3? No, number 2. You're the lady. Number 3. Why is a mousetrap like a dog? Because you setter, cocker, and springer. Mousetrap, you setter, cocker, springer. Well, Ken Martin. Oh, that bully for you for that wonderful question from Portland, Oregon. All right, you haven't told the truth, so you must take... Oh, he's coming back to the... Mr. Sparks! Mr. Sparks! Oh, how you doing, huh? Your wife really believed you, eh?
Yes, she really did.
Well, put your shoes and socks on, man. Don't be wandering around here. All right. You'd think this was truth or consequences or something, the way you're wandering around here. Now, you 3 people are going to take part in a mystery playlet. In this playlet, I want you to listen carefully. You have been selected by your newspapers, and we're going to talk just a little bit about your... respective parts of the country in a minute, but it's through the consequences, so we'll have an easy little stunt while you're here. Okay? In this little playlet, you will portray a certain character, each of you. We'll call you Mo, Joe, and Jane, just for laughs. Okay? Is that all right with you? Come in real close, will you? All right. Now, if at the end of the playlet you can unravel the mystery, each of you will receive a prize. Now, we'd like you to run off stage for a minute or so I can tell the audience what the mystery is all about. Now, there may be a murderer in it or something you have to solve, but just go off if you will, please. And remember, if you solve the mystery, you will get a prize. We'll have you come back as soon as I've explained it all to the audience, and we'll do it on the Kramer's Rams time. Fresh humans are gone, they can't hear. Ooh, what's going to happen here tonight? Oh, what a mystery payoff this is going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, those 3 people who just went off stage are 2 brothers and a sister who haven't seen each other in around 40 years. Ever since they were infants. Now, this is a fact. Their parents died, and the children were taken to an orphanage, and we've gone to all sorts of trouble to get them back here on the stage tonight. Thereafter, they were separated, and because of certain circumstances, never have been able to get together. Now, we arranged with the local newspapers in their respective communities, the Beaumont, Texas Enterprise, the Oakland Intercity Express, the Palo Alto Times, to have them come here to this broadcast, The Truth or Consequences. The brothers are Mr. Robert Gent of Los Angeles and Mr. Fred Gent of Beaumont, Texas. The sister is Mrs. Lillian Stewart, a dressmaker from Palo Alto, California. Now, they may call themselves Gent. One of them says Gent. I'm not sure what the other called himself, but we'll call it Gent until we find out. As a matter of fact, we'll keep calling them 1, 2, and 3, or Mojo and Jane, until the mystery is revealed. Now, each one thinks that he is here as a result of a newspaper project and flown here by TWA, Trans World Airlines Constellation. Now, when they come back on stage, they will read their parts in the play under the assumed names that we have given them, Joe, Mo, and Jane. But as the play progresses, certain situations will arise which should strike a familiar note, such as their respective business, their early life, incidents familiar to them from out of the past, and so forth. Let's find out how long it takes before they realize that the answer to the mystery is that Jane, the assumed name, is their sister, and that Joe and Mo, assumed names, are brothers. Okay, bring them back on stage. Now, don't anyone give the gag away. This should be something. Now, we're all set for our playlist, and... you folks now, you know the mystery angle now, and see if you can detect the murder or whatever. We won't tell you. Okay, we're all set to go. Now, here we are. Let's see. This Mo. We'll call number 1 Mo. Number 2 is Jane, and Joe is number 3. Are you ready for your great mystery play, eh? All set? Are you ready for yours? All right. Now, each one of you has your script. You'll read your respective parts. Joe, wherever you see, you can stay here, Jane. Each of you read your script. You'll read your respective parts. Look at me, folks, so you know what I'm talking about. And Joe, wherever you see the character Joe in the margin, read that. Jane, where it says you, it's marked with a red, and Mo is for you there. All right, here we go. The title is You're Joe. Yes, sir. And you just read where it's there. All right, here we go. The title is The Case of the Mystery Trio, or Blood Will Tell. All right, the scene, an island in the North Pacific. Marooned on this island are 3 people, Mo, Joe, and Jane. How you doing? Having fun? Oh, that's good. For years, they've been waiting to be rescued. No sign of a ship has come near this island. Anxiously, they pace the floor of their little grass shack. Mo speaks.
This is terrible, terrible. How I wish I was back in California again.
California? Oh, give me Texas anytime.
That's Texas, not taxes. There, give me. I see what you mean in a way, though. All right. Now Mo again.
There, little.
Oh no, let's see. We got Jane in there. Yeah.
You and your old Texas. That's all you talk about.
And then Mo.
There, little sis. Don't get excited.
In Jane.
Who's getting excited?
Mo.
You are. Even as a little girl, you always got excited.
Joe.
California, give me Texas anytime.
That's it. Well, now that's the end of the first act. Now, if you think you've solved the mystery, whisper it in my ear so that the other three, look at me, folks, so that the other two will not hear if you think you've solved the mystery, because the one who solves it first gets a prize. There's a prize to the best deductors. Have you solved the mystery of this play? What about Joe? Solved it yet? Can you guess where the big thing is? Now, whisper it in my ear if you think you know. How about you? Jane, have you solved it yet? Not yet, eh? What about you, Mo? Have you solved it? All right, here we go. Let's go into the second act now. And maybe then you will solve the mystery. Okay, second act of the case of the mystery trio, or blood will tell. All right, Jane.
When are we going to get out of this awful place?
Joe.
California, give me Texas anytime.
You're a carpenter. Why don't you build a boat?
I don't hear that. A little louder, please.
Well, you're a carpenter. Why don't you build a boat and get us out of here?
Oh?
Why don't you build a train? Then I can run it. I used to be an engineer.
Joe.
You an engineer? Don't make me laugh.
Hey, that's a pretty good laugh you got. Stop arguing.
Stop arguing. That's all you do. Argue, argue, argue. My brothers used to act that way.
Joe.
California, give me Texas anytime.
All right, curtain on the second act. That's the end of the second act. Has any one of you solved the mystery? Joe, have you solved the mystery yet? Whisper in my ear.
Not certain.
You're not saying. I mean, now think in there. Now, there's the whole clue is in there. Have you found out who the culprit is or anything yet, Dick? Whisper in my ear if you think you know.
Now, I know a lot of carpenters, but I don't know this one.
Oh, you know a lot of carpenters,
but
you
don't know this one.
I see. Well, yeah, that's right. There's a carpenter in the plot there. All right. All right. Now, how about you, which is the character of number 3? Mo, have you solved it? If you have, whisper in my ear. Well, come in, sir. What? What's that, Jane? Wait, Jane, what?
Jesse Jones?
No, wait a minute. What? Jesse Jones? No. You think you have? Whisper in my ear, sir. This is Joe. Yes, now don't do anything. Isn't that a terrific plot, huh? I bet you couldn't have guessed that before, huh, Joe? Texas. Texas. How about that, huh?
That's right.
Now contain yourself for a minute, will you?
Okay.
Don't tell who did the with the dagger and stuff, huh? What are you excited about now? Now take it easy. All right.
I'm not very excited.
Huh?
I'm not.
Now wait a minute. Are you? I think you may be. All right, Act 3. You want to sit down? Huh?
No.
All right, Act 3. Go ahead.
Look, Robert, a ship.
Say it loud.
Look, Robert, a ship.
Now, Mo.
Oh, goody. I can now get back to my little farm in Los Angeles.
Joe.
Los Angeles, give me Beaumont, Texas anytime.
Now.
Why, Fred, how can you say such thing?
What did you say?
Why, Fred, how can you say such thing?
It's easy.
Easy.
Easy for you, making all that money as a carpenter in Beaumont, Texas.
You're not doing as bad in Los Angeles.
How about me? My dressmaking business in Palo Alto is going to pieces.
Of course, that isn't true, we know. But go ahead. Mo.
Please, Lillian, don't become hysterical. Just think of Fred and me. You've been away too long, remember? We've always been like brothers to you.
And haven't I been a sister to you?
California, give me Texas.
Well, you didn't finish your line, sister. And haven't I been a sister to you?
Robert Owen.
Have you caught on yet to the mystery? You have? You think you have? Whisper in my ear. Now, you say it there, what? You've caught on to it too, you think? What about you? Mo, have you caught on?
I have.
You think you have? All right, now wait a minute here. You tell us, first of all, you were the first one. Joe, what do you think?
Well,
What do you think? What do you think?
Oh, now.
You know now? Are you sure? What about it, huh?
What? Well,
Lillian.
A big reunion going on. That's bad. Okay. All right, you walk her over there. How we doing? All right, Lillian, dear? That's the stuff. And how you doing, Fred? Okay, boys? Okay, you walk over there, the three of you. Bless your hearts. Now go. Now wait a minute. We've got all sorts of prizes for you. Just let her sit down there, if you will, please. And you sit over there. Two brothers and a sister who haven't seen each other in 40 years. For circumstances you knew, you would know it was quite all right. Now all of you sit down. How do they look to you, sister? How do they look?
It's hard to say. I haven't seen him since they were so young. Just young boys. Fred looks more familiar than knowing because I saw him last.
I know. Yes. Well, what do you think of your? What do you think? They're shaking hands again. All right. Now you've got a lot to talk about. So why don't you all go over to Nick Adele's famous Hollywood restaurant where you can be together and pick up the lost threads. They're sharing sister here. But before you go, we have for you, Mr. Robert Gent, and especially your wife who helped us arrange this consequence, a Westinghouse refrigerator with colder cold and a Westinghouse Miracle Oven electric stove plus a complete set of Presto cookers and a 72-piece set of fine art sterling silver. Mr. Now. What's that?
Fred.
You're Fred, yes, indeed. Mr. Fred Gant, here is a $250 merchandise gift certificate from Spiegel's famous mail order house, Chicago. And for Mrs. Lillian Stewart, the sister, here's a Westinghouse Stratovision engineered television set. And for all of you, here are big red boxes of the new Does. Here's a man to bring them out. Come out with the Does, please, would you? Now, come out. Who's this?
Oh.
What's this?
Oh, get away.
Lillian? Who are you, sir? Who are you?
William Gent.
William Gent, the fourth brother. Here he is. William Gent, but he lives up in Oakland near sister, so we didn't get him into the plot. This is William.
This is William.
I've been looking everywhere for Richard, and I can't locate him.
All right. And thank you, Mr. Edwards and the National Broadcasting Company for bringing this happy reunion to.
Oh, that's all. I assure you that it was our pleasure. Now, all of you just go on there. By the way, we have Mr. William Gant, a completely automatic Westinghouse laundromat for you. Now, you all get together. The brothers have their wives here, and it's going to be a big blowout. Thanks a lot, Does. That's everything. New Does nominates another dishpan dozer, Mrs. C. McCausland of New Orleans, Louisiana.
Mrs. McCausland thinks Does is grand. She writes, I does dishes daily, and my hands rate among the prettiest. Yes, ladies, Does is wonderfully kind to hands. Changing from a strong soap to new Does can mean lovelier hands. And Does is fast on pans. Gives you suds that stand up and clean up till the last dish is done. In the dishpan, too, Does does everything. Does your dishes.
Thanks, Harlow. Isn't that something, seeing the three brothers and the sister after 40 years? Comes now the big moment when we find out if our manacled man, Mr. Buddy Barnick of 863 Marshall Avenue, St. Paul, has found the right key to his car. You remember that 2 weeks ago we put leg irons on Buddy Barnick, proprietor of a sewing machine shop in St. Paul, Minnesota, and sent him out hobbled to mail a letter. What he didn't know at the time was that the envelope he mailed contained the key to his leg irons. Then we told you listeners to send him keys, and he received around 35,000 keys. And finally found the one to release his manacles. Last week on our Truth or Consequences broadcast from Minneapolis, I asked him if he also received the key to his prize. It was a Nash automobile key marked free car on it. He said no with an exasperated exclamation point and went back to his sewing machine shop to go through the keys again. We promised to tune him in tonight, so here we go by remote control to our NBC station in Minneapolis and St. Paul, station KSTP, to hear Buddy Barnick in person. Did he find the car key? Come in, Buddy Barnick at KSTP.
Hello, Simon and Gree, Edward. Here I am.
Did you find the key to the Nash automobile, Buddy?
I did, finally, but you didn't tell me free car would be spelled backwards.
Oh, didn't I mention that, Buddy? Oh, I'm sorry. Was free car spelled backwards on the key? Well, no wonder you had such a time. But you do have the key to the car.
Right here in my hand.
Good. Now, your car, made by the company that makes the beautiful Nash Air Flight Ambassadors, has just come off the showroom floor, and it's waiting for you at the parking lot. I'll send you the parking lot ticket now. You run down and claim it, okay?
Okay, thanks a lot, Mr. Edwards.
Thank you, Buddy Barnick. We'll tune you next week on True the Consequences, the parking lot. You take the parking lot ticket when you get it in the mail and be there to claim the car this time next week, eh?
Where is the parking lot?
Well, it'll say on the parking lot ticket there. You get in touch with them the minute you get it. So long, Buddy Barnick. See you next week.
So long, Mr. Edwards.
So long, boy. Now turn him off from KSTP and St. Paul Engineers. Now everybody, is he off? Everybody mail Buddy Barnick at 863 Marshall Avenue, St. Paul, Minnesota, a parking lot ticket. Or a reasonable facsimile. The address again, Buddy Barnick, BARNICK, 863 Marshall Avenue, St. Paul, Minnesota. Next week on Truth or Consequences, we'll tune in the right parking lot and hear if he found the right one and how many parking lot tickets he received. He'll be a busy boy all week writing parking lots all over America to find his car. Between the keys and the car checks, Buddy and his wife won't have room to move. Are we devils, though? Look out now. 8 people, 4 ladies and 4 men dressed in gay 90s bathing suits right over here. Here come 4 ladies dressed in gay 90s bathing suits. Johnny, turn on the mic. What is your name, please?
Henrietta Daly from Hamilton.
Yes.
Elizabeth Peters from Chicago, Illinois.
Yes.
Peggy Smith, Los Angeles.
Yes.
Forrest Willard, Hollywood.
Yes. All right, let me under this. Let's get the men dressed in gay 90s bathing suits. What's your name and where
Jesse
you from?
James, Chicago.
Yes.
Edward Minster, Harrisburg.
Yes, sir.
David Fry, Eureka, California.
Yes, sir.
James Kelly, New York.
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight you're going to compete in a game of tug-of-war. Listen now, the 4 ladies, the gravel Gerties, versus the 4 men, the bow-legged big boys over here. Now, please take your positions. Only, this is going to be a sort of a game of wits, a tug-of-war question and answer game. I'll ask a question. The first side to shout out an answer wins the right to pull the opposing team 3 feet toward their side of the stage. Now, I think it more exciting if we have the rope run right through an honest-to-goodness shower bath separating the 2 teams. That's it. Unveil the shower there, Fred. Thank you. Now, our 2 stalwart teams are lined up on opposite sides of this portable shower. Turn on the shower, please, if you will, Fred. That's the idea. Now, since the open shower is only 3 feet from the number 1 man and the number 1 woman, each time a question is answered, the correct team pulls the other side 3 feet, which puts one person in the shower. Now, to make this question and answer tug-of-war fair for both sides, I'm going to first ask a question about fishing for the men, you see, give them a chance, and then about cooking for the ladies. All right, blow the whistle. We all started. Here we go. First question now. Fishing. This will help the men. What kind of lure do you use to catch grunion? None? Oh, why don't you?
You catch them when they come up on the shortest pond.
That's right. Pull 3 feet. The men go in the shower. Go ahead, Fred. Turn in the shower. Go ahead. Just get in there. All right. Just stay in there. You stay in there. Mr. James of Chicago's in the shower. All right. Question number 2. Question number 2. Keep it going. Listen to question number 2. How do you make sweet milk sour in a hurry? Vinegar. Pull 3 feet. The men go another 3 feet. Step out. The next man goes in. Who's this? Turn around so I can see you. What's your name? Where you from? From Pennsylvania. All right. Now the number 3 question. Listen, about fish. This is for the men. Listen. What is a Cypselurus terrorist? A what? Fish. A flying fish is absolutely correct. Oh, me. This lady here knows them all. How come you know so much about fishing, anyhow?
I work for the Fish and Game Commission.
Well, how could we have planned that, do you suppose? Well, what do you know? Keep the water going. Well, it was very close there. The ladies win. What was your name that works for the Fish and Game Commission?
Peggy Smith.
Oh, yes. Well, somebody just got you in there, didn't we? But it's Saturday night. You should have the baths, men. We're called to draw. You can cut out the water. And we have for the ladies Evans-fitted handbags and for the gentlemen a bull of a watch apiece, plus $25 security bonds for all the teammates. Now, our happy-go-duzzy singers want to say...
Hello.
D-U-Z, D-U-Z. No, don't cry like this, you does.
Finest does there ever was.
Now it figures when you sing.
D-U-Z does everything. From the whitest and the brightest to the roughest and the toughest.
With you does in your washing machine.
Work clothes come out oh so clean.
White things white and color things bright.
D-U-Z does everything. D-U-Z, D-U-Z
does ever was. All right, now, this is Ralph Edwards and the New Does sending you dozens of good washes. And until next week, and if we can find out if Buddy Barnick has received the right parking lot ticket, remember the address, 863 Marshall Avenue in St. Paul. Send him a parking ticket. We'll find out because we're going to tune in from where the car is next week. Until then, good night, everybody. Oh, lovely Geraldine and Josephine and Imogene and Augustine, shampoo with new dreams. And pretty Madeline and Imogene say it's green for their complete hair beauty routine. A natural shine, springy curls, and easy set. No more rinses or lotions to get. And that's by Bernadine and Ernestine and Clementine and Rosaline, all shampoo with new dreams.
This is Harlow Wilcox speaking for Procter & Gamble. Ralph Edwards' Truth or Consequences came to you from Hollywood and St. Paul.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.